Hi dancers, welcome to our 150th episode on Plié For The People. I was so grateful to get a chance to meet Jennifer Homans, who is this wonderful dance historian, so humble, so kind when I spoke with her, wrote the book Apollo's Angels, A History of Ballet, and recently just published History, a history of George Balanchine's legacy in New York City Ballet. I hope you get a chance to read it. Again, it was absolutely my dream come true to meet Jennifer and briefly introduce myself to her and spoke with her about her accomplishments. And she had this wonderful career as a ballerina with the Pacific Northwest Ballet. She trained at SAB. And I saw her on Charlie Rose way back when in 2010. That was 13 years ago. And who knew that I was going to meet her in person the other day. I'm just so deeply grateful that I get a chance to talk to Jennifer Homans. Let's begin our plie. Dancers, let's begin our dancing portion of today's online class. After we wrap up our dancing portion, I'll be pulling up a few clips that I took from the Jennifer Homans event on her latest book on George Balanchine. Let's begin first, plie 7 and 8. Let's do 2 demi-plies first. Nice and easy. We go grand plie here, return, and let's go parallel forward stretch, rolling up and turn it out and rise and a little curve into your second position. Plie, stretch, grand plie 7 and 8. Let's go over to the side, press up, releve into your fourth. Plie, stretch. Let's go away and find your releve balance. Extend it into a allongé arabesque, close fifth. 2 demis, 1 grand, forward, back. Let's add a little susu and finish. Let's review. First position, 2 demis, 1 grand. Let's parallel fold forward. Come on up, turn it out. Rise and a little tip. I call this the teapot move. You're bringing some water to a little cup. Open it out to the side. Demi, grand plie. Water brought to the side. Rise. Into fourth. 2 demis. Let's go away. Come up into your releve. Arabesque open while you're taking your balance, close fifth. 2 demis, 1 grand forward and back. And let's find our susu balance. And we complete the exercise in fifth with your brava. Answers, let's work on a tendu from first. We go tendu front, close first, and out to the side. We go back, stay, flex, and point, and close, reverse. One back and assemble, side, together. We go front, be on it, and tendu, and close. Side, 4, 2, simple tendu, let's plie away. Come on back, close first, plie, press up, balance, 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 and lower, 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 reverse it all. And 1 to the side, up front, plie on it, and a tendu, and let's reverse. We go front, and a side, in, tendu out, flex on, and tendu, and close. Side, 4, 2, and going to the foot, come on back, right away, close, 3, press up and balance, 6, and finish. Tendu from fifth. Let's do 1 to the front, plie and stretch. 1, cross back, plie and stretch. Let's go 1 back, 1 to the side, 1 to the front. We go first, cross it, reverse back, and plie, stand, we go side, and plie, stretch. We go out and in, we go side and in, we go back and in, first and fifth. Second set with port bra. Arm is up when you go to the front. Back and a side and up front. And we go first. Crossfit. Reverse. Plie and stretch. Each side. Cross. Plie and stretch. We go front and we go side and we go back. And our first crossfit. That's all. Okay? Twice through. First time without port bra. Second time with port bra. Move on to our daisy combination of dancers from fifth. Quick. We go front, side, side, side. Last shift in the back, side, back, side, back, side. We shift. First crossfit, fifth, fifth. Plie up and hold. And maybe balance, closing back, reverse. Back, side, big shake, big shake, big shake, big shake, big shake. Cross it front and down. And side, front and side, and cross. First cross, fifth, fifth, and up, and balance, and down, and finish. Okay, really sharp toes. Direction is front, side, very decisively and clearly. Reversing it, then side, cross, cross, cross. You're up, and balance, and place it back. Reverse it all, and finish. Rond de jambe dancers, let's begin with 2 rond de jambe, send it to the front, to the back. We go to more rond de jambe, maybe take it a little higher, send it to the back. Let's go 4 more rond de jambe, quarter rock. 4, let's play a front, we carefully side, a rond de jambe on there. Cross it back. Reverse. 2 rond de jambe on the down, plie, carry a front. And again, same thing, but maybe a little higher, like 4 rond de jambe, reverse your quarter rock. 4 plie back, carry to the side at 90 rond de jambe on there, and close. Slow rond grand quarter bras, reversing it. Let's go down, stretch our hips, do whatever you need to do to stretch it out, maybe to the back and forward. And then for today, let's just take a passe balance, nice and simple. And then we're just gonna finish on that first side, okay? Starting with 2 rond de jambe, send it to the front, carry it to the back. Second round, maybe take it just a little bit higher. 4 rond de jambe, plie front, carry it to the side. Keep it 90, maybe even a little bit higher. Rond de jambe, the leg grows. Reversing it all. Stretch, circular, lunge all the way down. Hip, it's all about the hip stretch right there. And then come up, maybe a little penché. Find your balance in a passe or dancer's balance. If you want to work on your arabesque or your attitude, work on that is fine too. Okay, let's try with music. The answer is this will be our final combination grand battement. Due to time, we'll try to keep it in a timely fashion today. So let's begin with 2 to the front. Battement, you close, and battement, you close. 1 to the side, and piqué, you close. We go 1 to the front. We go 1 inside back. 1 outside side, plié, reverse. 2 plain battements to the back, we go. 1 to the side, out, piqué, out and close. We go 1 to the back, a 1 to the front, outside side, and détourner the left right away up, and a 2. We go side, plain, and side, piqué up, 1 to the front, inside back to the back, 1 side, and plié, reverse it. 2 to the back, 1 to the side, 1 piqué, rebound. 1 to the back, 1 inside front, 1 outside side, and that's all for today.
In a way, this book I didn't so much decide to do it as it kind of came upon me. It happened to me because I had finished Apollo's Angels, which was a sort of cultural history of classical ballet, and I didn't know what to do next, and I had this experience, as both Diane and Joan have told you, of being a dancer myself and of having seen Balanchine both work and his company perform in the last years of his life, the last 6 or 7 years of his life. And I was so deeply marked by that I couldn't in a way get away from it. I just found that I was constantly going back to it, and I was always drawn, what subject Balanchine, what subject Balanchine, and I knew that it was a huge, huge subject because I had read all the other biographies. And I felt, though, that there was a moment, those were mainly written soon after his death or even while he was still alive. And so the idea of writing something that could be, after I stopped dancing, I was trained as a historian, so I was very interested in the archival research that this would require, and also in the fact that many of the people who had worked with him were still alive, but it wasn't going to be that way forever. So it seemed a good moment in that regard as well. So that was those were the forces coming in. I think there was also something in me that, I was kind of in love with those dances and with Balanchine. He had changed my life, and I'd had some hardship in my life, some loss, and I kept on going back to him and to those dances, and I found them I never thought of them as colored with loss, but I later learned that they very much were, and I think there was something in me that was drawn to that, and I later discovered that many people were drawn to that, and that has to do with the life that he lived. So that's how I got there. 1933, he said, "Oh my God, this man doesn't keep anything. He has not a single review of anything he's done. He just comes to you saying, what's now and what's future. He wasn't interested in, he was no pack rat, that's for sure. And so that was actually a problem for me as a scholar, because he threw everything away. He didn't, or maybe he didn't keep it. People around him kept things, and he wrote letters to people who then kept his letters. And he kept a few things, like letters from his mother, a picture, a photo of his father. There were, this is an exile story in the deepest way. I mean, he was born in Russia. In the imperial period, he lived through the Russian Revolution. We can talk about all of this, and I know we will. And then in 1924, he left for the West and ended up in Europe in the 20s, and then in the U.S. But he never saw his parents again after he left in 24. So it's a story that's deeply unrooted, and the ways in which he then constructed his life and lived his life were I think a fact based on that very deep break with country, with family, with place.
Mm-hmm. Amazing job today, dancers. I hope you really enjoyed our online class. Make sure to subscribe, share our channel, give us a like, and write to us in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you, and on to our next dance class. Keep on practicing your ballet. Bye.